Hard turn coming down the mountain, 54 miles per hour to the next quarterback.
Oh, 54 miles per hour to the next quarterback, to number 33, Ryan Tannehill. Yes, backup quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. Okay, yes, he is. Ryan Tannehill, again, you know, he's a fringe top 32 quarterback in football.
He flirted with it.
He flirted with it. He did. And, you know, again, you know, I think the very base people, I just want to answer this right now. Oh, Ryan Tannehill over Eli Manning? Yes. Okay. I'm just telling you right now. Ryan Tannehill is a better thrower of the football at this point of his career. He can push the ball down the field better. He's certainly a better athlete that way. You know, let's take into account that the Miami Dolphins have not set up a dynasty those years in Miami. It wasn't because of Ryan Tannehill, okay? The teams weren't great, and he still played a lot of good football. And you just go back and look at his numbers, look at his win-loss record, okay? It's not as bad as I think people maybe think it is in their own brain.
He was almost good. Like, it was
I know. He's had moments of where you go, okay, this is really good.
Right. It's like, was he a B- or was he a C+
Yeah.
there? I mean, you can really go back and forth. I looked back last year just to take a little sample size of what he did. He had a 3-game stretch, November and December, where they went 2-1.
Yep.
I think they lost by 3 points to Indy. He was over 70%. I think he was 8 touchdowns to 1 interception. And these weren't garbage, empty games. They were borderline playoffs.
Right.
They were playing for something in November, December. But then the next 3 threw 1 touchdown, was around 50%.
Yeah, right.
They got their ass kicked, I think, up in Minnesota.
Yep.
Where he just really, however you want to put it, he didn't come through in the way he should have come through. And I think if you look at any 6-game stretch of his 6 or 7 year career in Miami, that's kind of what you get.
Yeah, I get that. And I think it could be better than that. I do. You know, again, you know, the Dolphins were a little bit, you know, they had issues last year. You know, wide receivers got hurt. You know,
Well, it wasn't a good team.
It was not a good team. The run game wasn't consistent. They had a lot of issues. Their offensive line wasn't great at pass protecting. You know, hey, the one thing is he does need to stay healthy. I get that. That's certainly a concern. I mean, tore his ACL 2 years ago just running out of bounds in practice, right? So
he did start every game the first 4 years of his career.
He did.
He's had some bouts. Yeah, pretty durable.
And hey, listen, you know, again, I mean, of course, I'm not always into win-losses, but as a rookie, he was 7-9. The next year, he was 8-8. The next year after that, he was 8-8.
Right.
Then he was 6-10. Then 8-5 when they went to the playoffs, right? And Matt Moore got to play in the wild card game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then last year was 5-6 as well. So, you know, you don't lose games because of Ryan Tannehill. I think that's the first thing. You know, are you going to win every game because of Ryan Tannehill? No. But if, you know, he's going to put you in a position more times than not to where he doesn't screw it up.
Right.
And he's capable of making some big plays down the stretch to win football games, like you said, in some big moments we saw last year. But, you know, in some of those games he fell apart, or it didn't look good, it's not all him. You know, they were overmatched up in Minnesota. There's going to be certain games where it just doesn't look good because they weren't good enough to kind of compete that way. But, yeah, I view Ryan Tannehill as one of those guys. You know, people look at like him, Marcus Mariota, okay? You know, I thought about, man, do I mark him up in front of Marcus Mariota?
I was wondering.
I thought about it. I really was.
Would the Titans be better off? Same question that I asked about Baltimore.
I know.
Would they be better off?
I'm not going to say they are, but it's very close. Like, I don't think that if Marcus Mariota got hurt this year, they're not going to fall off because of Ryan Tannehill. You know, there's some things about Tannehill's game. I think he might be a little bit better of a pure passer maybe than Mariota.
I don't think that's a stretch at all.
I don't think that's a stretch either,
No.
right? So, you know, I look at it from that aspect and go, yeah, this was a great move by the Tennessee Titans. Mariota has an injury history. I know Tannehill does too, so that's a little scary. But also, I'm a big fan of it because, you know, I like backup quarterbacks that fit the mold of what the team is trying to do with the starting quarterback, and he has a similar skill set to Mariota to where, yeah, their offense is going to have to change when he comes in the game.
What kind of a backup, what type of a backup do you think he's going to be? I'll lay out 2 categories.
Yeah.
Number 1, a terrific insurance policy. Like, he's there if your starter, if your number 1 pick isn't panning out, he's injured, we are very comfortable going to this guy.
Yeah.
Or is he kind of in the background as a 1A, raising my hand when you're 2 and 3 and be like, you know what? I can play better. I should be your guy. Which one do you think he is?
I think he's going to be more the first guy. I don't see it in his DNA to be that guy, you know, to be like, I can play better or start to ruffle feathers within the locker room by, you know, telling guys like what just happens with some douchey backup quarterbacks. I would have hit that. I would have hit that throw.
Right.
Or he should have saw that blitz. I would have got us to that. I had a backup quarterback. I'm not going to name his name. Which what I also want to say is you got to be careful because usually the team likes the starting quarterback more.
Right.
And I had a backup quarterback who I knew was doing that to me on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And everybody on the team was telling me. And I wanted to be like, man, this douchebag.
And everybody hates that kind of guy.
No, they do. And this guy had no respect on the team. And I wanted to be like, this is part of the reason, dude. Nobody wants to hang out with you is because you do shit like that. They think you're doing it to everybody on the team.
Yeah.
So I don't envision him being like that. I think Ryan Tannehill is a really good football player. I think he handles himself the right way. I think he's going to have respect for Marcus Mariota and the man he is. And I think he realizes that Mike Vrabel's going to play the best guy ultimately anyways.
Right.
And it's a big year for that Tennessee Titans. I think he'll just sit in the background, help Marcus Mariota, and just hope he gets a chance to prove what he has.
I was thinking about Ryan Tannehill driving down, and we've known both kinds of guys. And this is another question. Do you think he's going to be more A or more B? Do you think after everything that happened in Miami, it was a struggle, it was almost good but wasn't quite good, there was more losing than winning? Do you think he is exhaling and being like, I am so happy, I'm just going to sit back and watch from the sideline. If they need me, fine, but this feels pretty good, at least for this year, to sit back and relax? Or is he got that fire where he's like, this sucks, I hate not playing, and I've got to get back out on the field. If they're not going to play me here, I've got to go somewhere where they are going to play me.
I got to think he's got a little of both of those emotions going.
Don't you think it's human nature, though, to have a little bit of the exhale?
No doubt. Well, I mean, you're not under the microscope and the scrutiny anymore. You're no longer the face of the franchise, which you was in Miami, to where, again, like we were just talking about, fairly or unfairly, when things didn't go good for their offense or they lost, people pointed at,
of course.
I mean, he had his own teammate's wife bagging on him forever.
Right.
And then, I don't know, the teammate's wife went to another team, and, man, the quarterback play there has been horrible, and I haven't heard one thing about that quarterback. So there was people that I thought unfairly piled on to Ryan Tannehill at times that way. Yeah, of course he wants to play and do all that. But also at the same time, you can't.
But is it killing him to not play, you think? And I don't know.
I think it's probably killing him. I think he has, when he's there every day, he's going, damn, I want to be with the starters. I want to be with these guys. But I think when he's talking to himself, maybe in the mirror, he's going, okay, this isn't that bad. I mean, hey, I get to hone in on my skills, not be scrutinized daily. But at the end of the day, everybody wants to play. We know that. But I think he's a smart enough guy to maybe look at the brighter side of things, too, to go, this is an opportunity for me to get better, and I better be ready when my number's called.
I know you like the AFC South a lot, whether it's Tannehill or Mariota. Best team in that division?
No. I mean, NFC.
Third best?
I think I go fourth.
Behind Jacksonville, too.
I do.
Really?
But I don't feel comfortable saying that. If we were here in December and we were going, the Tennessee Titans are going to the playoffs, I'm not going to sit here and go, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I never thought they would make the playoffs.
Right.
I look at all four teams in the AFC South as playoff conversation teams at the very least come December.
I wouldn't bat my eye a bit if you would have said third, because you can really buy into Indy, as we both have.
Yes, definitely.
You can also buy into Houston.
No doubt.
Easily. If you say they're third, it's like, I mean, that's tough. It's a good division, but bottom half of the division, okay. But
I know.
Number 4, wow.
No, I know, because I'm going to go with Jacksonville because I still think that defense is special. With their offensive line being healthy, they got banged up there last year, had a few nicks and knacks at wide receiver. They have a better quarterback, got a new offensive coordinator in there. I look at Jacksonville as one of those teams and say, watch out for them this year. And
you put them above Houston?
I think I would right now. I would. I think I would go probably Colts 1, Jags. So I mean, I would not be shocked if 2 teams went to the playoffs out of that division, just like we saw last year. I really wouldn't be even shocked if we saw 3 ultimately. I mean, this is that kind of division where I think, if everything fell right, that 3 could make it.
When I get back from the tour at the end of July, I sense an AFC South.
It's tour
discussion.
What it is? It's when the basketball. It's the NCAA
tournament.
So why is it the Tour de France then? Why isn't it the Tour de France? Just throwing that out there. I don't understand it. It's a tournament, as I'm concerned.
It should be. I should emphasize tour or tour.
Oh yeah, you're saying tour. I don't know what the hell.
Did I say tour?
Well, when people say NCAA tournament, it's a tournament, isn't it?
Well, it's also in the title France, not France.
All right.
I learned that one.
It's a what? Say it again.
France.
France.
Tour de France.
Tour de France.
If you're talking about the country, here we are in this part of France.
Yes.
But if you're saying the title of the event, it's the Tour de France.
Tour de France.
Yeah.
Tour de France.
You can call in and complain or,
well, no,
or text
I was just
or
going because I have this at
stage 6 or stage 16. Or
I'm not good with the English language as is, but I say tournament, and people are like, "Why do you say tournament?" And I was like, "Isn't that the way it's spelled, and you're supposed to say it?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, I say tournament." I was like, and I always would fight back and go, "Well, do you say Tour de France?" I don't know. That obviously doesn't make sense.
So now, the 100 times I say that in the month of July, I'm going to be thinking about it every single time.
Good. I hope you mess up and call it the Tour de France one time.
And I'm going to text you.
Yeah, thank you.
And we are 6 hours later, so I might wake you up.
Okay, well, I'll have my phone on silent.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.